Okay. Good evening, everyone. And I'm super excited to announce this is our Thursday night book club. And I'm so grateful to Mark Mohares, Stephen Coleman, and Ed Golden for raising their hand and wanting to train the team on one of the most valuable books that I have read in my 5-year career with network marketing. Eric Worre is a multi-million-dollar earner. He's a speaker, he's a trainer, and our company sends this book to you once you hit Crystal Director. But it is my strong recommendation that you would order this book soon. This book teaches you all the habits and skill sets of being a network marketing professional, and really why this industry is so valuable, why this profession is so special, and why it's something that we really should feel very proud to be a part of. In the days of Amazon where things are getting shipped to your house, being a network marketer is not weird anymore, right? So if you're going to come into this industry, if you're going to step foot into this profession, we really want to train you and teach you and help you be the best that you can be. So it is my great honor to introduce Mark Mohares. Take it away, brother.
Can you hear me okay, Angela?
Perfect.
Perfect. So what I want to talk about in a short period of time, because we only have a few minutes, but why network marketing? I'd like to talk about network marketing compared to a traditional business. Most people, they work 9 to 5, 40 hours a week, 40 years of their life, and they get a short retirement security, social security out of it, okay? Most people don't think like an entrepreneur. They don't know anything about being a traditional owner. Here with network marketing, there is no overhead. There is no, you don't have to invest $10,000, $20,000 a year on your own business. Our buy-in in our company is, if you get a value pack, it's like $650 or $399. That is it. Guys, in our business, you have the best compensation plan in our industry, in network marketing. Not many people know this. They're like, okay, it's $650. Most people, if you want to compare apples to apples, $10,000, how much does it cost to start a franchise of McDonald's? Okay, and not many people know this. Let's just talk a minimum of $1 million to own a McDonald's. Minimum. It's more than that now, but I'm just going to talk scale in business. $1 million it would cost to start a McDonald's, okay? But how much does it take? How many years does it take to break even and to be in profit mode? Not many of you know this, but it takes 5 years minimum to make it. So that being said, in traditional business, location is what it takes to be in business. In network marketing, it's recruit. That's all you have to do. Now, if you don't have the best location and you have a Dunkin' Donuts, McDonald's, then you're going to lose right from the get-go. Okay? But if you could just recruit, then you guys are ahead of the game with no overhead. It takes 5 years just to get started in a traditional business. Not many people know this. That's why Angela, leaders like Angela, Ed Golden, Kathy Coover, everybody stresses that this is a better way. Eric Worre mentions this is a better way in the book Go Pro. And now everybody should have this in front of them right now. Okay? But not many people understand traditional business versus network marketing. So just to fast forward, you have the best gift right now here with Isagenix, because all you need to do is just learn the basic simple steps. How to present the information, well, fast forward, how to talk to somebody about the information, then present the information, and then basically touch their hearts, and how to close the information. How can I be the bridge of your problems to the solution? So there's a problem. Here's the solution. How can I help you bridge the gap? Everyone on this call needs to learn how to bridge the gap. To be a network marketing professional, that is what you need to do. Not many people have $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 a month to build a business, but we do have $300, $600 to learn how to bridge that gap, to teach everyone how to be healthy in our industry.
Yes.
Guys, I'm going to give a little tough love here, because Angela asked me to be a trainer for this one segment of Network Marketing Pro. This is real deal, guys, right? You just need to learn the skills, the basic 1, 2, 3s. Traditional business versus network marketing business. If you don't know it, reach out to your uplines, reach out to your sponsors. If they don't know it, reach out to us, right? You have Steven, you have Ed, you have Mark, and you have Angela. We will teach you how to get there, okay? That's, Angela, do you have any points that you want me to touch? I have 2 minutes.
Yeah. So my favorite part, when I read this part in the book, it really made me understand that if this was going to happen for me, it was going to be up to me. And in the book, in the prologue, he says, my upline wasn't giving me help. My company didn't provide training. I didn't know enough people. No one would respect me because I was so young. I was so new. I blamed the product. I blamed the company. I blamed everyone but myself. And then he turns around and he says, but I realized on that particular day that if I truly decided to do it, I could become an expert at network marketing. I could really focus on the skills, and I would practice and practice until I became an expert, and nobody could stop me from doing that. And when I read that, Mark, I got chills, because for me, it wasn't about luck. I didn't have a great sponsor. I didn't have a great upline. But if I was going to change, it was going to be up to me. And so it wasn't positioning. It wasn't about anything else. We are lucky. We do have a great company, a great product, a great compensation plan. But the success is going to come from you. So let's talk about a little bit some things that people don't want in a traditional job. Let's name a few. Go ahead. We'll go back and forth.
Okay, so in the traditional business, everyone has, okay, let's just refer to Dunkin' Donuts, because a lot of people understand that traditional business. Let's get up and make the donuts, okay? Everyone in a traditional business, they think a pizzeria, they think Dunkin' Donuts, they think dry cleaner. I have to get up, make my hours. I have to be up before the world gets up. That's a traditional business.
Yeah.
Okay. My father came from a traditional business in the medical field. He drove an hour and a half away in the 1980s, early 1980s, and drove an hour and a half back to feed his family. That's a traditional business. Back in the 1980s, people were working 9 to 5. They were leaving at 9. They were coming back by 5. My father was coming home at 7 So I understand first generation from the Philippines. My father had a traditional business. So I totally understand trading hours for dollars was not the way.
Yeah.
With network marketing, the way Angela has taught us and Ed Golden, you build this business, you're going to grow an exponential growth. Okay? That basically means, would you take a penny if you double a penny after 30 days, will you take that or will you take $10,000 if I told you? Guys, if you double the penny after 30 days, that comes out to be about $10 million. I don't know if you know that. Okay? And that's what network marketing does. If you build a business and you grow it the way our leaders have, it grows exponentially. Okay?
Yeah.
I just came back from a weekend with the leaders, and I just could not understand how much my leader spent for me for 9 people in our group. And I was like, traditionally, somebody wouldn't spend that much money if they had a job or if they had a traditional business. They wouldn't do that. Why? It's because they're trading hours for dollars. And I still scratch my head because I've been in this industry for almost 10 years, and it still scratches my head that my mentor did this for us. And guys, that's why I sound like I'm a little strong. It's not strong. It's because I'm passionate. I'm passionate of where my leaders are explaining and teaching us what we have in front of us, where we should apply our knowledge. And if you don't have it, reach out to us and we'll teach you how to do it.
Yeah. Yeah. So what was so attractive to me, as I know it is for you, is not having a boss, not having a commute, not having an alarm clock, not having employees, not having to compromise your ethics or integrity. There's no discrimination here. We all have an equal chance, regardless of our sexual orientation, our religion, our height, our education level. It doesn't matter. But then some of the positive things that you're naming is it really is a great product. It's unlimited income. It's residual income. And it's time freedom. It's loving the people that you work with. It's really investing in people who honestly deserve it. And, you know, there's contribution, and it's low risk and low startup costs. And so for us, it really has been quite incredible. And you come with so much experience in this industry, and the fact that you're working a full-time job while you're pursuing your side hustle is very meaningful to me, because I'm like, that's the American dream. Your dad worked so many hours. You were basically raised by your older brother. You know, Ruthie, your wife, commutes so many hours a week. All she wants to do is be home and watch her grandkids grow. And you have 2 young children too. So it really does have its benefits. So do you have anything else to close before we pass it over to Stephen?
All I want to say is, guys, on this call is we have an opportunity here. It's a 14-year-old company reaching $1 billion in revenue, but it's just beginning now, because I speak, and I know all of you on this call could say the same thing, but I speak to people and they have never heard of our company. And that means opportunity. When you have an opportunity, we have a void to fill about the health wellness industry. And I couldn't think of a better company or a better leadership that can explain the information. And I am so honored to be on this call to train most of you. But if you need anything, please reach out to us. That's basically it, Angela.
Awesome. Thank you, Mark. You did an awesome job. So I'm gonna pass it over to Stephen, and he's gonna break it down and talk about some of the jobs and the categories that they fall into. Stephen, you're a blue collar worker, so talk to us a little bit about that. I'm so proud of you because you hit executive, the top leadership position in our company. You're working a full-time job. You know, you're very hands-on. You work a lot, but you see something special in this. And so it's like you're building your part-time nest egg. You're like, I love my job. I don't want to quit my job. But you know what? If I can make the same amount of money doing what I do part-time as I do full-time, so talk to us a little bit about that, because I love your attitude on that. We do not want people quitting their jobs prematurely. So let's talk about your profession and some of the different professions in our industry.
Yeah, I'm definitely not quitting my job anytime soon. Being a railroad worker is definitely a blue collar. I mean, just this week alone is a 96-hour work week. That's 14 hours a day, the whole entire week. And as you can see, I'm sitting in my truck right now doing the call. But yeah, he discusses the 5 different, places where it's like blue collar, white collar, sales, business ownership, and investors. Of course, I'm a blue collar, as everybody knows. And he describes it as like a member of the working class who performs manual labor, plumbers, carpenters, electricians, hard hat workers, and then, people that fix things and do a service for something or someone. And you definitely have to put in the time to be able to get, where you want to be at. And hopefully someday you can retire from it, to be honest with you. The next one is white collar, which is basically everybody that doesn't want to do manual work, like, work out of a cubicle, or, someone that wants to be like, something a little easier and less manual. And with that, he touches on the achievers and then the hiders, the ones that just get by and do their minimal work, stay in their cubicle, don't get seen. And then, with being the achievers, he talks about like if you get too good, you get blasted, or people like to, put you out there and try to like degrade you or whatever to make you feel like you're not doing a good job. But that happens in blue collar too. I get a lot of why Coleman get to do this, why is this get to happen? When you're a good worker, everybody's going to talk about you. When you're being successful, people are going to ask why, or why does he get to do that? It just never ends. People are never satisfied. Next one he talks about is sales. And mostly you get paid for your production on what you do. He also says, like, there's a period of time where everything goes great. You're living sky high, and then you start living off that money, and then all of a sudden stuff changes, whether the comp plans change or different technology comes out, and all of a sudden you're left with nothing, and now your whole world is upside down. Then that can be really, really crazy. I would never want something like that to happen to me or anybody on this team, to be honest with you. And then he goes on to talk about business ownership, which is probably the most stressful, I think. I mean, because you have to do everything. You have to, you're opening the doors, you're closing the doors. You're dealing with all the personnel. And, I can just off the track maintenance division alone at Metro, there's so many, grown-ass babies that you have to babysit all the time when you own the business, when you have to run the business yourself. I mean, it's stressful enough, and then the last one he talks about is like investors, and which can be really good, it can be really bad. Most of the time it takes a lot of money to be able to get started. There's high risks everywhere you turn, and you're not always in control. Even just being an investor, you're not really in control of the money. you need to be incredibly skillful to be a part of that. And like I said, it has, sometimes it can be very, very rewarding, but it also, he talks about how he lost like 7.4 million or something like that in a matter of 90 days, I believe is what he touched on. So, and, I mean, network marketing is definitely, he hits on all the points about how positive, great products and service, freedom, something meaningful, lots of perks. I mean, shoot, I'm still like Mike Mark. I'm still thinking about the retreat from last Friday. It was amazing. Thank you again, Angela. That was awesome. Definitely a first for me. And being able to look at New York City and the off the Hudson River was fantastic. So I want to say thank you again for that. Is there anything else you want me to touch on, Angela?
The first, but not the last, of many retreats for you, my friend. You're amazing.
Yes. Oh, I'm making it to Arizona. You can promise that.
I believe that in my heart 100%. So, I mean, blue collared workers, you're basically, explaining how you're trading time for dollars. White collar workers, you're like, there is a lot of political bullshit going on. Either you hide behind the desk trying not to get noticed, or if you're real good, people try to cut you down. You talked about sales. Sales is tough. You might have a good month. You might have a bad month. It's really unstable, just like investing. It's like playing blackjack, and then you talked about being a traditional business owner. And business ownership, let's say you own a cupcake shop because you love making cupcakes, but then you find yourself doing accounting, doing legal, doing all this crap that you didn't sign up to be a part of. And so you're absolutely right. Network marketing, he does talk about, the economy really is evolving. We don't see Blockbuster anymore. Toys R Us has gone out of business. When you call to speak to somebody, you no longer get customer service. Companies are getting outsourced for cheaper employment in India. And you're seeing all these global changes, but he talks about network marketing. People are always going to need products and services. People are always going to need to be educated on these products. And network marketing is just telling your story to the world. More companies use network marketing because it fits the evolved economy today. Companies would much rather pay us word of mouth referral than to pay a TV commercial, right? Because it's more expensive. But word of mouth advertising is the best form of promotion. I mean, when Ed and I go to a restaurant, when I look up a nice place to take the team, I go to Yelp, I go to Google. I want to see what other people are saying about it. And so we are receiving the benefits of traditional ownership without any of the risks.
Not the startup cost.
That's right. That's right. But there is a catch to network marketing. You have to accept a temporary loss of social esteem from ignorant people. And I want you to write that down. You must accept a temporary loss from a loss of social esteem from ignorant people. And what that means is for a while, people are still living and trying to function in the old system. They don't get it. And you know what? They might think less of you. They might not respect or understand what you do. They might think you're crazy for being involved in network marketing. But you have to embrace that. It's not that you're crazy. It's you're ahead of the game. People also thought Bill Gates was crazy. Einstein was crazy. I think of us as the geniuses, the brilliant ones who are bright enough to see something spectacular when most people don't. And that's a big deal. So, Stephen, do you have any last words, anything you want to come up for us?
Just that it's been a great experience. I've been now back with Isagenix. I mean, I did it 3 years ago for just 30 days. That it was just a phone calls from a couple friends of mine that said, "Hey, you want to do this?" And I was like, "Sure, why not?" Because they knew I would do it. But now it's for real this time. I mean, I told Ellen, that, if I knock my 30 days out, I'll try to be one of her best consultants. And so far, I'm trying to reach all the goals that all y'all put out. And so far, it's been an amazing journey. And I don't think you're ever getting rid of me. I can tell you that.
You are such an amazing person. Guys, he works a 90-hour week on the tracks, full-time job, and you can't imagine the amount of people who he helped. So I just have to thank you for everything you do. I have no doubt in my mind that you are going to be walking that stage as an Isogenics millionaire in the lives that you
I
make.
hope so.
Yeah.
Sooner than later.
Yeah, we're so proud to have you. So
Thank you.
I want to introduce Ed Golden. I'm going to mute you out, Stephen. I'm going to introduce Ed Golden, and I think he's just perfect to sum up and close this part. Chapter 2. If you're going to be involved in network marketing, you've got to decide to be a professional. You've got to decide to go pro. Talk to me about what that means, Ed, because for a while in the beginning, I'm not ashamed to say, you were kind of winging it. There was a point in time that you were winging it until you decided to become a professional. So let's talk a little bit about the differences in posers, amateurs, and professionals.
And I love this because, for me, it kind of goes back, not just in network marketing, but, corporate America, and other things that, I did with my life. But he basically breaks it down into 3 parts. Posers, amateurs, and the professionals. So the posers truly are probably about 90 to 94% of network marketers. They're the ones that, get into a company, make a Facebook post or call their buddy who's a great salesperson, and they say no, and they start bashing the industry. It doesn't work. They don't do this. It's just really someone that thinks there's a way to get lucky and become this multimillionaire. It doesn't work like that. I was one of these people. When I looked at the business and the compensation plan, I was like, I have a few friends. I'll sign them up. They'll kill it for me. I'll get rich. And that's really, a lot of people look at that because, there's some companies out there that promote this and have people that tell stories that do this, and so, those are the posers. Next stage is the amateur, right? And so these are really the people, that they got past the poser stage. They realize there is a little, you can dabble here, you can dabble there. They're also people that when I started, I don't have time. I told Angela, I don't have time to do this. I have this going on. We make excuses why we can't do this. And I want to revert this kind of back to, the ones that are working in corporate America, like myself. They say network marketing, you can only win if you start at the top. I have never in my life known of an industry or a job where you make all the money starting on the bottom. Maybe I'm wrong, but I've never heard of it. Another thing is, in network marketing, we all start at the same exact place, right? We all start the same place. And yeah, in Isogenics, we build one on the left, one on the right. We're always on the top. I started the same place Angela started, Amy, Rob, we all started at the same place. The amateurs, and I did this also, and Angela will tell you, I had a way of doing it, right? I looked at this, I figured, okay, I'll do this, I'll do that, I'll do this, and none of it worked. None of it worked. I tried it by myself. I tried to recreate it, and then when I was trying to do things on my own is when I started making the excuses. I don't have the time. This doesn't work. It's something's wrong with this product, or the people don't want this. You make these excuses, and that's That's really where the amateur part comes in, is when you start making excuses when you're not succeeding at the way that you thought people would come in and you just make a lot of money. It doesn't work like that. Remember, doctors go to school for a long time, spend hundreds of thousands of dollars. Think about when you guys first got your job, right? If you're not, I know, Robin, you own your business. Even then, you didn't start and the next day you grew. You had a successful business. It didn't work like that. Think of all the time that we put in from the first day we start that job or our career and where we've gone now, right? And if you think about that aspect, most of us never got past a certain point. We can't, right? No matter what industry you're in. If you start as a manager to get to CEO or executive, very, very few do that. And most of the organizations won't let you. Right.
I also think as an amateur, Ed, that, like you come in hoping to win this lottery ticket and you're in such a hurry to hit the big score that you want to do things your own way because you're in it for the quick wham, bam, thank you, ma'am, that you don't really take the time to embrace and learn the skill set. And then I also think as an amateur, you're looking at all these other people. Well, this one did it in this time and this one's in the top. Comparison is a killer, man. And I tell you honestly, you see the glory, but you don't see the story. You see the people at the top, but you don't know that they've been at 5 other companies developing the skill set. You see somebody who hit millionaire in 2 years, but you don't know that she worked this 80 hours a week. You don't know somebody's story. And so when you see somebody at the top, you do not compare yourself to them because your start could be their ending, and that for us was a big thing. We just kept, I said, let's just put our blinders on and go. Let's just get to executive. Let's just get to the events. Let's learn from the good people. Let's not compare and just take the time to learn this system because we have 15 millionaires in our upline. And so we resigned to not being the experts, not having the answers to everything. Google, our key, he would tell me, Google that shit. And I would tell him the same thing. And that's really, we just resigned to being a person who is going to take the time to really learn if we want to earn what we feel that we are worth. Yeah.
And so, and then, so we go posers, amateurs, and then I love this quote from Eric. And then I finally made the decision to go pro. Wikipedia's definition of a professional is a person who is paid to undertake a specialized set of tasks to complete them for a fee. Right? My definition of a network marketing professional is a person who is an expert at the skills required to build a large and successful network marketing organization. So guys, as we sit here and speak, my team is very close to 15,000 people. I have no clue what, I can't even explain how this all happens. But this is what network marketing is. It's not about what we do. It's what we help others do. It's what Angela helps you guys do. When you guys went on that retreat, it wasn't to take you on that retreat. It's to show you that you guys are going to have a team soon to take on a retreat, right? It was the same as my first event when I told her, no, just leave me alone. I'm not going to your stupid cult thing. I don't want anything to do with it. And the best thing I ever did was get in the car with her and go, right? Because everything completely changed. So, I know some of you, I know Steven just made a Crystal manager. I know Robin's growing her team. And I know for Robin, this was definitely something new when she first came in because she didn't get it. She was enrolling. And one of the top enrollers, on the team, and now she's grown an organization. And that's really what network marketing is. And it's so different from everything else that, I've ever done and most people ever do, right? And so if you take, how we grow this organization and this business, well, you understand why the posers and amateurs never grow.
Yeah. And it takes 10,000 hours. If you do this for 4 hours a day for 7 years, then you will be a master, right? 10,000 hours makes you an expert at anything. So why do people beat themselves up when they don't get it in their first 30 days? Guys, I hit 6 figures in 9 months and I had no idea how. I did not understand the compensation plan. So you have to be kind to yourself. You have to be forgiving, and you've got to take time to do the do. For you 13 out of 28,000 that are on this call, give yourselves a huge round of applause for being here. You're getting on, you're doing the do, you're taking the time to learn. And here's what I say. When all of a sudden I decided to go pro, my team started to grow. My confidence started to grow. I was not harmed or hurt or affected by the things that people were saying. It's like people could sense a change in my focus, in my commitment, and my excellence. And so as we continue to train you guys on this book, I'm really excited because chapter 3 is going to be why you need to learn the skill sets. Then we're going to talk about finding prospects, inviting, presenting, following up, helping your prospects become consultants, helping your distributors get started the right way, and then most important, promoting events. So please jump on for this 6-week series. We're going to post them all in the business group. And I think this is going to be so helpful for you, not only you to be here, but for you to send this recording to your team and say, guys, this is going to be a 6-week course that, these executives on my team are doing. They're fantastic. And I really want you to just take a listen. It's 30 minutes. Someone can do this in their car. If we want to be successful, we have to take the time to be professionals. And I couldn't think of a better way to do this and with better gentlemen to do this with. So I'm going to stop the recording.